Hi guys, #1 Marmaduke fan here. So, everyone's talking about Mr. Miracle. Zach got me hooked on it. Douglas Ernst has done videos on it. So I want to do something that is fitting with my thesis, which is discussing composition. So now that I've read 3 issues of it, and I got both covers, by the way, because I'm digging this. One thing I've noticed is kind of good underdrawing, good use of color to emphasize a thematic point. Kind of Mr. Miracle's state of mind is deteriorating, and our perception of color in the world deteriorates with it. And this is getting at something I talked about in one of my very first videos, maybe about Legend of Zelda, getting to how composition works. So I think what I said is manga and Will Eisner proffered this theory of using panels symbolically or thematically, where you would kind of break out of the panel or shrink the panel or use a dynamic panel to reinforce an idea of the story. And I contrasted this with an older school way of thinking about panels, where each panel was treated as a mini painting. So option 1 is the whole page is a painting and you're filling up the whole painting with like a big explosion of stuff. Theory 2 is panel, 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 panel. Each one is its own self-contained picture. And Mr. Miracle sticks to this beautifully. Every single page has this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 theme going. It's almost religious. The number 3 times 3, the number 9, and it sets you up into a pattern where the art itself is what either would make it work or make it flop. And so Gerards puts a lot of energy into making the art work, and you get into the swing of things. It's great. The words are reading the words is what lets you speed up or slow down. But this is very much a conscious decision on their part, and it's easy to get boring. One example I've seen of this that I can think of is a graphic novel called Marzi, which I love because it's about Polish kids in Poland when it was controlled by the USSR. So I love the themes of that book, but Marzi had a very plain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panel composition for every page. And I think Marzi suffered because of that, because the drawing style was also simple and it wasn't particularly dynamic. This works because dynamic drawing and the very powerful narrative of the words blend together. I was really affected by The Christmas Story. Go read it first and then watch me, okay? So now I'm going to spoil it. So The Christmas Story is about a German Christian boy accidentally blurting out that his family has Jews in their basement because he hears the story of Jesus and Mary not being able to find a place, and the teacher mentions they were Jews. And then Sven's family is taken to a concentration camp. Sven doesn't die in a gas chamber. He survives the gas chamber and dies under a pile of bodies, and it's really a gut punch. And then what you find out, kind of in a sick, twisted way, is this is the story that Granny would tell scot-free on Christmas, and then she'd say Merry Christmas. So in terms of the narrative of scot-free, it's getting this idea of trauma that man, I wasn't even a New Gods guy, and now I'm gonna have to go read all the New Gods stuff because that really hit me. The use of the religious parallel touched with me on a personal level because I knew that these characters were kind of Jack Kirby's way of facilitating, I guess, his Jewish upbringing, but then also adding Christian parallels to it. So it's the perfect parable for Mr. Miracle. He's the son of High Father. He's suffered this unimaginable fate, but it's not really hitting you on the nose and saying Mr. Miracle is Jesus. It is using a evocative and powerful story that touches on religious themes and touches on the Holocaust and the horrors of war, overlaying it with something else that's going on that is gruesome in its own right. And then it's postmodern in the best way. I'm not a big fan of postmodern storytelling where it's all just sort of vague and there's nothing there for you to latch on to. But there is a sense in which stories that don't hammer you on the nose are nice, because then you can find the themes and you can think about how to interpret it or how to connect it for yourself. So I wouldn't call it postmodern. I'd call it subtle, not not getting too cheesy or too ostentatious in its presentation. So this is 3 good issues in a row. Everyone's excited about this. They deserve to be excited about this. Go pick it up. #1 Marmaduke fan. Catch you later.